Hi Leo, how are you? Today is Wednesday, November 14th, and this is your progressive reading. I'm going to go ahead and, start pulling some tarot. Knight of Wands. Whoops. I'm going to put those back. Okay, and Ten of Wands. Okay. Next is going to be Oracle of Avalon cards. The Queen, which is woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. That's a good one. Next we have an emotion card, which should have actually been pulled after the tarot, but nothing's ever an accident. Alright, we have Wild. The next is an Ascended Master's Oracle card. Crystals. This crystal card likes to come out. So that's telling me a lot of you people either are spiritual or need to be spiritual. And then we have an angel card, which is self-acceptance. So progressing down the line, Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Queen, Wild, Crystals, and self-acceptance. Okay, Leo, so this reading is about you. Not about, well, I mean, I guess it could be about someone you know. Maybe if you're watching this, it may not apply to you, but it does apply to somebody else. And that you're maybe supposed to help them through this situation. So I guess I could, that feels alright to me. I feel, though, very strongly that this is the Leo, only because there is so much energy in this reading. You have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So you're here, you're struggling, you're burdened, you're overwhelmed, you're, exhausted, overworked. But it's not a physical thing. It's not work. I really believe it's the inner you. The Knight of Wands is like, let's go take charge, battles on, this is it. It's go time. And so those two cards together, next to the Queen, which is woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. Leo, you were, or are, you used to have a zest for life that you no longer have. The Queen is about self-esteem, self-worth. You have self-acceptance here. Then you have Wild, which is the inner, like, picture yourself when you were a teenager, running free, no cares in the world, reckless abandon, but you had fun, and you're not having fun. So the Queen is reminding you that you can balance and juggle everything that you're doing in your life. You don't have to be super mom. You don't have to be super wife. You have to fill the vessel because you cannot pour from an empty one. So you have to care for yourself. And you are beautiful no matter what. No matter what's going on with your situation, you are perfect and beautiful, and you are meant to be as you are. Whether you're unhappy with the way your body looks, that's a struggle. That's a challenge. That's something you are meant to overcome. And you have it in you to do so. If you're going through some health issues, positivity, changing your thought process can help navigate those moments when you feel frustrated or down. You are the queen. You're sitting on your throne. You can do it. And the queen wants you to remember that. The wild child is sitting next to the queen to remind her that there is still fun to be had and fun that should be had. Anytime you feel the need to let your hair down, you need to. Next to that, you have crystals. Now, I said it earlier because this crystals card has been popping up a lot. And part of my mission, I don't know if you read my statement, but, I'm an intuitive reader. I channel messages. And part of my spiritual mission is to put those messages out, no matter what it is, no matter if it doesn't make sense to me. I believe it does make sense to someone, and someone is meant to see it. I also believe that I'm meant to speak about spirituality, crystals. I make dream catchers as part of my spiritual mission. All these things. We need to reconnect with nature. We need to reconnect with the earth. We need to reconnect with something that's not electronic. We need to get back to our families. We need to meditate, use crystals, clear the energy. And you're interested in it, okay? Because this card wouldn't have popped out if it did. So go to the store, go get your crystals, and retake what you used to do with that. And that's going to also help you with your other issues. Then you have self-acceptance, which, like I said, with the queen is about self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. You need to accept yourself. You need to look at yourself and see beauty. And I understand, as a woman, I understand that there are times when you look in the mirror and you are just like, oh my gosh, who is that person? Because it's not me. I understand. And I understand some days you can look at yourself and think you've never looked better. And then there's some days that you look at yourself and you're disgusted. It's those times where you're disgusted that you really need to take time. Even if you're running late, even if you're have an appointment, there's nothing more important than accepting yourself for who you are. And as you do that, your self-esteem will grow, your confidence will grow, and you should be nice to yourself. You should always be nice to yourself because you are the most perfect version of you. There is never going to be another you. And I think that's some good Dr. Seuss quoted logic. So you really need to just focus on self-acceptance, self-worth, self-value. Concentrate on self-care. Like, this is all about your inner work. This has nothing to do with work, family, relationships, nothing. It is inner work. You have some things that you've been carrying around, and it's time to just let it go and really see yourself for who you really are. I hope you have a wonderful day, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Love and light.